Well, Roadkill Nights is shaping up to be something extremely special. And I just saw now, I got a couple of friends that are building some amazing projects for Roadkill Nights outside of what I'm doing. And I'm going to give you a little teaser here at the end. But they're taking 6-pack chargers that Dodge, or a company affiliated with Dodge, provided to them to build out to race at Roadkill Nights. And some of the numbers that are coming out of this thing already, oof. We're going to show it to you. We're going to talk about it right after this. Before we get back into the video, I want to thank Delete Me for sponsoring today's video. If you're into cars, you've probably already pretty good about maintenance. You change your oil, you rotate your tires, you keep up with recalls, and you fix small issues before they become expensive ones. Tell me how I know. I think online privacy is a lot like preventative maintenance on your cars, right? Most people don't realize how much personal information is floating around online, right? Until something happens, whether it's identity theft, scam calls. You ever get those, I'm calling you about your extended warranty. You get phishing attempts, or simply discovering that your home address and phone number are publicly searchable, which is kind of concerning. So Delete Me helps by finding your information on hundreds of data broker sites and people search websites, right? They submit removal requests on your behalf, saving you all kinds of time and continuing to monitor over time. So if your information shows up again, they work to remove it again. So here's my latest report. I'm going to cut to it so you can see it from Delete Me. So it's one of those things that isn't very exciting to think about, but it's something I'm glad someone else is handling for me. It saves me a ton of time and also keeps my personal information off the internet, which is huge. If you want to clean up what's out there on you, go to joindeleteme.com/TK Garage and use code TK Garage at checkout for 20% off. You can also use the QR code that you see on the screen for the entire time to get you over there as well. Now, let's get back to it. Major shout out to our sponsors over at Delete Me, man. We truly appreciate them for being our regularly monthly sponsor here at the channel. But let's get into this. So shout out to my guy, Ultra SRT. He sent this over to me. Now, I got a lot of other stuff behind the scenes. My guy, John, over at Boosted Motorsports is also building a fire-breathing dragon over there. I don't think John's going to tip his hand, though, before race day. He may show a couple things, but I don't think he's going to show power numbers. That said, Ultra SRT did get into it. They've been cutting weight. They had to fab some stuff. They had to do a bunch of stuff to this car to get it to where they wanted it. And needless to say, it's pretty damn impressive, the numbers that are coming out so far. Now, this is, as far as I know, this is only the first major dyno test that I know that they've done with the car. If I know anything about Ultra SRT, that's not going to be the final number of what this car puts out. I'll just put it like that. Now, I don't think they're going to push it to the point of breaking it. Maybe close, but not actually there until race day. You know, come race day, you can do whatever you want with it. It'll be interesting, but let me show you what they just did. And I grabbed this over from their Instagram. He tagged me in it, so I was like, let me grab this and show you what's going on here. And I'll tag his. He probably put it on YouTube too, so I'll tag his YouTube channel down below as well. But just listen to how this thing eats. Now, that is a motherfucking monster. For everybody that hates on the Hurricane, me included, in certain applications, I don't hate the Hurricane in the Charger. Let me be clear. I hate the way that the shit sounds. If you single pipe that, I already know how to fix the sound on the Charger. I've said this multiple times. Dodge isn't going to do it, maybe because of some emissions bullshit or however much it would cost for them to redesign the shit. Fuck, whatever. But you could take the existing Charger, 3.5-inch pipe that motherfucker from the cats, high flow cats, straight back, single pipe, split it off into duals, and that thing will sound amazing. Very similar to, if you guys remember my Petty Roosevelt, the 540 BMW. That thing was loud as shit, sounded amazing. You could hear the turbos. It was an amazing sound. Now, obviously, Dodge doesn't want the car to be too loud. I get that. So you have a high flow cat, maybe you put a resonator or something somewhere in there on that exhaust, but it would sound so much better than the shit that it sounds like now. Okay? That said, listen to how that thing sounded. That thing sounded insane. Now, I know a lot of my BMW guys are going to be like, that sounds like M4 Comp. That sounds like S58 turned up. Yes. Yes, it does. Sounds like a B58 on cocaine. I know. I agree. It sounds great. I never hated the the inline six engine for Dodge or whatever in terms of what it could possibly do. I'm a BMW guy. I'm also a Dodge guy. I'm a Mopar guy, but I also love my BMWs. Now, my favorite BMWs are twin turbo V8s. But I don't hate on the inline six because I know in some cases, my BMW, my 540 with the B58 will smoke my F10 M5 with twin turbos. Now, that's it when it was stock. Now, you guys know I have 3 of those F10 M5s. Both of the white ones push almost 1,000 horsepower to the crank, all right? And the green one is over 1,100. So you can make those cars really, really, really eat. And still the 540 with the inline six will be right there because that car can push 800-900 horsepower reliably. That's the thing with this inline six with this Hurricane. This Hurricane is going to reliably push Hellcat power for like about 150 to maybe 180,000 miles. Now, I know that they're going to say, oh, the reliability is going to be better. I'm always a proponent of when it comes to a muscle car, that naturally aspirated is always going to be better than forced induction. That's just me. That means turbos and superchargers. Sorry. You're going to find, if they build a 426, which we hear they're building a naturally aspirated, a turboed, and a supercharged version, the naturally aspirated version of that 426 is going to outlive both the turbo and the supercharged version. It's just science. And I know they're going to say that, turbo engines aren't like that anymore. They have better, forged internals and blah, 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 blah. Cool. Just enjoy the car while you got it. But for those that were saying, Dodge was dead or it's not going to be able to make power and all the other stuff that's coming down the line. And yes, I saw the numbers for the new Camaro. Yes, I've seen some of the other stuff. We're going to talk about that. Dodge isn't done. If they're pushing, and they are going to drop at Roadkill Nights, not only are you going to see Ultra SRT's car pushing over 1,000 horsepower, you're going to see John from Boosted Motorsports and a bunch of fucking other creators I ain't never heard of because evidently they just started sending Dodges. And I'm not being a dick here. I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm going to fucking say it anyway. I'm going to say some shit I probably shouldn't say, but I'm going to fucking say it because, a lot of the guys in the Bad Asseter program are friends of mine. And I know a lot of inside baseball that I ain't supposed to know. And I don't get the information from the Bad Asseters. Unfortunately, the company, and I'm not going to name them, that runs that shit has horrible security, just like Stellantis. So I'm able to get in and see shit that I'm not supposed to see. And to see a lot of people that are not Bad Asseters, people that go out and represent the brand on a regular fucking basis, kind of get shit on They didn't get their chargers to build, and now they're giving them to random motherfuckers because they have 200. I got 200,000 subscribers. Don't send me a fucking car. I bought mine. I built my fucking shit with my own money, by the way. To see what happened with these other guys, and here's the thing. This is the thing that sucks, right? This isn't a Dodge. This isn't a Stellantis issue. This isn't a Dodge or a Stellantis issue. This is a company that partners with them issue. Anyways, I don't know how he sidetracked. I just, you know, for me, because I'm a creator, I deal with sponsors and shit, and I'm telling people I'm doing X, Y, and Z, and I'm going to do shit like that. And I plan for that, and I reach out to my sponsors, and I tell them what's coming and what I'm doing because you've already told me to do that, and then you backtrack, and then you pull the rug out from under me. That's a fucking dick move. That's what we call that. That's bad business. And I'm a business guy first. Outside of all this other shit, I'm a defense contractor. I make well over 7 figures a year selling weapons for the United States government. So I know how to do business, and that was bad business. That said, shout out to my elite. At least some of the badassadors got the fucking car. Shout out to John. Shout out to Ultra SRT. But a lot of my other friends, that I'm not going to name because I also don't want to get them in trouble, that were promised to get that vehicle. Some of them that are amazing drivers at the track. So, ooh, just even thinking about this shit makes me mad. Because you did so many people dirty by doing that shit. And now I'm seeing shit pop up on my feed from some other motherfucker that's unlocking the computers and shit on your shit, and they're going to do something. And nobody in the Mopar world even knows who the fuck this guy is, right? You got that guy. Then you got this other Mickey Mouse ass motherfucker that's building a fucking car, and all these other fucking people because they have X amount of followers. You know, look, the purpose of what I thought the purpose of the Badassador program was people that actually gave a fuck about the brand, wanted to rep the brand, go to the track, go to do other shit, and go to car shows, set up booths and shit out of their own pocket to promote y'all. I have a feeling I'll get a text or something. Tim will probably see this, or Matt will see this, and he'll be like, he ain't wrong. Because I ain't fucking wrong. And I honestly don't care if the company that runs that shit gets mad at me. Don't make me put out the pinky. Because a lot of other petty shit. But I'm not trying to just spill the tea today. Today's video was supposed to be acknowledging and being excited about what I saw Ultra SRT do today. But, and this company knows this, right? The Badassadors, the people that run that shit know this, right? There should have been several people that have that hashtag Badassador after them that built that car. And don't think I wasn't going to be petty, because I was thinking about being petty too. And Chop can confirm this, because I reached out to them at Tobin and was like, yeah, give me a package deal on like 5 or 6 of these fucking chargers. And I was going to deliver this shit to Badassadors and let them do it. That situation has me so fucking hot, man. Hot. Because I hate when somebody puts their word on the line and does something when it comes to a sponsor or something else, and you do them fucking dirty. So sorry. You know, we're trying to button this thing up and get this demon-powered charger up and running so that it can run. And we've done a couple of short passes in it, and it needs work. God, we're trying to get it buttoned in. But, you know, look, I love my guys, Ultra SRT and John at Boosted Motorsports, but don't get it twisted. I know if they're going to be pushing that Badassador brand, if Tim and them figure it out and they get me on this grid and I'm running, I want to spank the shit out of whatever the Badassadors are bringing, not against my buddies, not against my friends, but just to teach that company a lesson. That's why I built this fucking car. And yes, I'm petty. You should know this already. But we'll see. I'm being told that they're not trying to let us run now, or that I may not be able to race. Or there was health concerns or whatever. That's why also, shout out to my guy. I know Kevin's going to be like, why did you put me in this shit? Shout out to my boy, Cali boy Kev. But that's why I put my guy, Kevin Van Voors, in, and I wanted him to be at Roadkill Nights. Because if they were going to pull the issue of, oh, it's a health thing, he can't drive. Cool. I know somebody that can. And I bet you he probably going to get more out of that car than I would. Matter of fact, you know what? You know what's funny? I probably know a badasseter or two that could drive it too. That got screwed. Anyways, not what this video is supposed to be about, but I did promise you guys a teaser at the end of the video. Like I said, this charger is going to put out insane numbers. Insane numbers. Like, I am beyond excited to see what the race pack's going to be. We leaked that, last week? I haven't heard, and no one's yelled at me at the company yet, so maybe they wanted me to drop those images. I don't know. Normally, if I do something like that, will get a text. I'm like, fuck. But I didn't get those, so that's a good thing. But anywho's, the race pack is exciting to me. They're going to have that direct connection. I'm hearing 1,100 plus horsepower charger at Roadkill Nights. And whatever this other fucking thing is, I'm hearing is also showing up too. Whether it's a different version of the charger, whether it's a Super B, a Daytona, or it's the CUDA, because now we're getting all different types of conflicting information in. It'll be interesting to see. But I'm looking forward to coming to Roadkill Nights, and I'm going to be like, I took all day off yesterday. You guys didn't see any videos because I was, I went out to Korean barbecue or some shit with some friends, and then I've been laboring away, and I can't just say me. I'm paying somebody to help me finish this car to get this thing done, because I just need it to run like 5 or 6 passes at max boost. That's it. That's it. Got my little race seat in there, car butt naked, at boost. Bye. See you. But I know you guys wanted to hear it. So, as always, stay petty, my friends.